Hey y'all, what's good? It's your girl Taylor here for another video. And in this one, we're going over the highlights, the best moments of AD that I was able to take away with from Love is Blind season 6. Now, the very first clip that I really would like to show is between AD and Clay when they're in the pods and Clay first introduces the importance of looks. Let's talk about it.
So I feel like my worst fear is we fall in love, we have this beautiful connection, right? And then we get to the reveal and we like never talked about physical. Man, that's important to me. Trust me, like Love is Blind, I get it. Like it's the show we're on right now. But I mean when we get to the door, I'm trying to be turned on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's talk about it. I wanna talk about I wanna know. You gonna tell me or no?
Now, wait a minute. He has the audacity to be talking about looks when he is picking at his feet and rubbing it on his nose. Now, he's probably not thinking about it, like, he's just, comfortable, right? But, like, I'm not much of a foot person, and it's just in our face, okay? The feet is in the camera, all right? What is that about? We talking about looks here, sir. Now, preference is preference, and that's okay. It's just, bro, why you on the show? It's Love is Blind. What are we doing? Okay, so I'll give it to him for his honesty, his transparency. Okay, this is truly very important to him. Again, why you on the show? People can grow, and it showed. Y'all will see in my in the Clay's highlights video. I'm just saying, like, he went in full detail of what he wants to see. You on Love is Blind. You can't see. You can't see. It's a show about not being able to see. We see him within, not with our eyeballs. So what are we doing?
And her response is just like, look, like, that's not how I'm not trying to sell myself and my physical attributes to like, prove to you that, yo, I'm your girl, but I'm your future wife. Nah, man, like, that's not what I'm here for. It defeats the purpose. And he's like, it's not everything, but it's a big part of it. So it's like, I'm not mad, because it's who you are and you are letting me know who you are right away. You're not wasting no time. So thank you for that. And I'm not really fucking with that. So
What's really cool is like she's listening and taking it in. Like, okay, what does he got to say about this? To really get a feel for who this guy is, or at least who is he coming in as, because you are potential husband material, and she needs to be able to feel up on what type of material are we talking about here. So I give it to her for asking them questions and being able to kind of get a feel for how he is, like giving him the floor, like let him speak, okay, and let him give you the opportunity to showcase who he is. And she was able to find out real being in the beginning how much looks were important to him. The next clip where she's talking about her boundaries around the looks and around how he behaved when she shared about her talking with another guy that she was dating within the show that she feels played her. And because he had a very emotional response, which we're human, but it was hard because she named that she was in a very vulnerable place when she was trying to confide in him and open up to him and felt that it was safe, and it wasn't really the safest place for her to feel and just express herself. Like, am I not allowed to feel these, with and her expressing that within that moment. The next clip that I'm going to show you though is her response afterwards, when this is after he made the comment about the looks, after their discussion, when he had that emotional response. So let's check it out and see what they both say.
she was just like, look, I felt super weak, super vulnerable, but I wasn't met with that compassion and that empathy. And he said, you know what? He got in his own way. He apologizes. He felt triggered. And she's just like, just being open and receiving him. And he's just like, look, I'm being sensitive, and he cried and he is just opening himself up to the experience more than what he was before in that other conversation. And she's like, yo, that's a dope masculine trait.
In this clip, I do want to point out, I love what she said about it being a dope masculine trait for them to cry. So, like, if a man is able to cry, willing to cry, like, is feeling safe to cry without societal's projections or how they grew up, how they were raised, as far as like, no, keep it to yourself, don't cry, you got to be strong for your family, for your person. And that's tough to like have that, because where are they going to feel? How are they releasing these deep seated emotions that they have within them? Because we are all here living a human experience, and crying is, first of all, it's healing, and it's a form of releasing. So what are the healthy ways that they are able to express themselves? If they can't cry, if they can't get emotional, which is natural for everybody, then where are they going to be able to express themselves? So it is seen vulnerability is a strength, it's not a weakness. Controversial discussion between AD and Kenneth.
So in this conversation, she opens up the conversation about race. She knows that he's with this white woman and she wants to make sure like, okay, everything's everything. Y'all been thinking about this, right? So life's gonna life. And he's like, yeah. And I'm confident who I am. And it's like, yo, is she strong enough for that though? Like you hinting what I'm putting down, you know? And he's like, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a big adjustment. She was like, okay, well, when y'all get married, she's gonna have to raise black children. He's like, yeah, I know. Are you confident that she can do this? He was like, yeah, I'm very much pro-black. I don't lose sight. And she was like, yeah. As far as what society still perceives, so you can date and be pro-black. You can be both. Both can exist. Saying he feels confident and safe with his fiance.
She's opening the conversation of like, hey, if y'all have kids, do you feel like you're ready for that? Which, of course, like, hey, you're an experiment with everything is definitely at a faster pace and at a faster rate. So the topic of kids is one of those things that absolutely should be talked about. Now, when it comes to interracial relationships, it is important for both sides to be open to each other's cultures and be able to open as in open to learn, open to how to do better, like how to take care of the kids, for example, and understanding what comes with someone who is a different ethnicity. Now, with that said, I know people are getting on AD about, hey, like if she didn't bring up this conversation, which ain't none of her business, then Kenneth wouldn't have these second thoughts, and because that's when things started getting weird. I feel like it was okay for her to say it. You know, first of all, as a Black woman, second of all, we're all in this experiment together. And with Kenneth, he's also in this relationship too. He's opening himself up to the conversation, understanding like, yeah, this is something that is important and absolutely needs to be talked about. So with that, I feel there's definitely more reasons why Kenneth didn't want to, like, he was started off acting weird. And I don't feel like this was the vocal point. I just feel like it could be a component, maybe, but no. I feel like with AD, I feel like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm looking at my notes right now. And when it comes to, I feel like the conversation of kids was the most talked about out of any other season. And when it comes to another couple that was in here about they were talking about birth control and stuff like that, and then within around this topic, and I love that it was something that was brought to awareness because it is something we do need to talk about it. Do you feel like you're ready for this? For what's to come when having a black kid, for example, whatever lighter, darker, whatever they're going to be seen as black. And when it comes to this conversation, it is absolutely necessary and it is important to spread awareness. I don't think there was any hate or any jealousy coming from her on this. I felt like it was a compassionate, safe space that she was able to provide him, with also saying, "Hey, you can be pro-black in an interracial relationship. It's okay. Like, there's nothing." So there was no hate, there was no jealousy coming on her part, and I just felt like she was naturally curious and just wanted to make sure that everything was everything. So, all right, y'all. So the next clip that I want to go over is the conversation between Clay and AD around marriage. Now, what I loved about AD in this clip in this moment is her setting the expectations and the boundaries around marriage.
He's just like, look, why do we have to have a date to get married? Like, love is love. Why do we have to have a time restriction to dictate our relationship? She just like, look, I'm okay with a yes or no at the altar. I'll be hurt, but I'll be okay. I'll survive. And just know that I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with a long term fiance. So I'm not going to be dating you after this is over. I'm committed to this experiment while we out here. So that is why the timeline matters, because that is the experiment that we are in.
What is this experiment about? Love is blind. Okay, you're testing love is blind, and that means through a series of events, like where they were in the pods, and then they did they were doing the honeymoon, and then they are in living with each other, and then meeting each other's families and friends, and then eventually they do the bachelorette and the bachelor and pick out the dress, the suit, la 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 la. Then we go to the altar, all of that. And so with her, she's serious. She's in it. She's invested this time and energy. She's had previous relationships that went however they went, but not unsuccessful. And she's here and ready, like, let's go. So Clay, in this conversation, he's just like, hey, so what does it have to be a timeline? And though it's understandable, it's just like, look, we are both in this experiment together, and like there's this goal in mind of being married at the end, like being together, choosing each other at the very end. It's great that he's letting it be known, but it's also even better that she's saying, look, these aren't the expectations. And it's sad because when they do get to the altar, he's kind of acting brand new, like, hey, we could, even though it's a no, I'm not rejecting you. I'm not saying no, like, I'm still gonna be with you, like, we're good. And it's just like y'all literally just had a conversation where she's like, no. Now, it's 80s video. Like, it's only right to talk about the wedding dress, the moment with her mom, when her mom shows her, like, the family necklace. So I definitely want to showcase that.
Such a beautiful moment. Her mom was saying that this was my grandmother's and her mom gave it to her, and now she's giving it to AD. It was her jade necklace that she had, and now it's being passed down to her. And that was such a beautiful moment between them two. And she's zipping up the dress, got the shoes going, and then the reveal in front of her bridesmaids and her mom. And then she was dancing, and look at her go. You go, AD.
Now, the last clip that I would like to talk about is the one between, first of all, I'm going to show a little mini clip between Clay's dad and mom in that conversation between them and how there needs to be room. There's room for growth.
So in this conversation, the mom opens up about why he struggles with marriage. This is after the altar, and it's like, look, we need to talk, okay? And he's got all these emotions twisted, and he took that to the altar, and the things that he's experiencing, you have to explain to him to help him heal. Don't make excuses, apologize, okay? Because when it comes to marriage, he doesn't understand the concept of it. He didn't have a right role model when it comes to marriage and growing up questioning if it's real. And at the reunion, they're like, damn, y'all had a lot of layers to y'all thing. And that's why I make this video. What do y'all think about that conversation? And in this video, I'm going over like what AD was saying, like her response, and did it help you understand him a bit more? And she's just like, look, there's missing pieces that she felt over time in the conversation. And it really showed me that there was so much more that he was battling with inside of him that, look, that's deep. And respectfully, like, that's not my story.
I'm speaking on with this video for AD is I just love that she's really able to choose herself and being able to recognize that she is enough, because when she was at the wedding and he said no and she was too like, just they both went their separate ways. He went to talk with his family, she went to talk with her family, and just having a moment, she was having a moment, having like having her breaking down, like, dang, like, just hurt, just heartbroken, right? And part of it was like, feel like I'm never enough. I feel like I'm always carrying these relationships. Like, she was going in and she just kept repeating. She feels like she's never enough, never enough. And I loved within in their reunion, she names that, you know what, she is enough. And there was just things that were out of her control within that relationship. Like, she did everything that she could to show up within that relationship. And there was just more to it. And that was within things that he hasn't fully like been able to really heal from when it comes to his family. All right, so there's AD's video, and I just want to say what I feel like I've gotten from AD is just so she's such a warm person, so caring, so attentive and patient. As you see when she is listening, and it's just this active listening that she has with her other cast members and her partner and within the families. Like, she's so attentive when listening and very empathetic. And I know there were some moments with certain cast members where it's like, ooh, lady. I feel like for the most part it was very warm, inviting, and I feel like she definitely cares a lot about the people that she cares so much. She has so much heart about the people that she cares about, whether it was some of the cast members or her partner, and standing for herself. I feel that she really was really setting those boundaries and expectations on where she's coming from, while fully opening herself up to her experience, like literally wearing her heart on her sleeve. That's AD. And it was a pleasure to watch her, and it was also hard at times because she did get hurt so much. And but it does seem towards the end, like within the reunion, there's still some hurt there. She's on her self-love journey, and I definitely hope that she finds a man that gives her as much love and attention and attentiveness. And what else, just uh I really want to also say that shows, because I do feel like her love of language might be uh acts of kindness or acts of service, because of what she was doing to, like, there was a scene where she was trying to surprise Clay and he hasn't made a home yet, and just like 25 reasons why I love you and all of this and that type of love. Like, I hope somebody, the love language that she gives, I wonder if that's one that she'd like to receive as well. And I just hope that she gets that, and she will. She will. So much love to AD, and go ahead and check out the next videos I'll be putting out when it comes to Clay and their family as well. So definitely check out those videos and more videos to come. Let me know also like how you guys feel. Is there anything that I missed when it comes to AD highlights, the best of AD, any other things that you'd like to add to the conversation? Please drop it down in the comments below. And if you did like this video, please give me a like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.